Sutra. Shariputra, what is meant by all Buddhas, world honored ones, appear in the world only because of the causes and conditions of the one great matter. The Buddhas, the world honored ones, appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings, to open the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas and gain purity. They appear in the world because they wish to demonstrate to all living beings the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. They appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings, to awaken to the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. They appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings to enter into the path of the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. Commentary. Shakyamuni Buddha says, Shariputra, I will tell you something. What is meant by all Buddhas, world honored ones, appear in the world only because of the causes and conditions of the one great matter. What does this mean? I will tell you. All the Buddhas, the world honored ones, come into this world because of the great matter of the birth and death of all living beings and because of the various types of karmic retributions that living beings must undergo. The Buddhas, the world honored ones, appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings to open the knowledge and vision of the Buddha. Their greatest wish is to lead living beings to attain the knowledge and vision of the Buddha. Opening the Buddha's knowledge and vision is the opposite of closing the Buddha's knowledge and vision. When was the door to the Buddha's knowledge and vision shut? From the time of the first thought of ignorance. Ignorance shut the door to the Buddha's knowledge and vision. Now we are opening it again. What is the Buddha's knowledge? The Buddha's knowledge is the heart of every living being. The heart is complete with the Buddha's wisdom and knowledge. What is the Buddha's vision? The Buddha's vision is the Buddha eye. If you open your Buddha eye, you will clearly understand the real mark of all dharmas and gain purity. Before we have opened our Buddha eye, in all respects, we are impure and unclean. How are we unclean? Ignorance, affliction, cause and subtle delusions, and various troubles cause our natures to become seemingly impure. It is as if we are impure, but basically we are pure, because we have not opened the Buddha's knowledge and vision. We have not yet rediscovered our fundamental purity. Shakyamuni Buddha wished to lead all living beings to return to the root and go back to the source, to open the knowledge and vision of the Buddha. That is why he appeared in the world. He appeared in the world and manifested the 8 signs of accomplishing the way. 1. He descended from the Tushita palace. 2. He entered his mother's womb. 3. He dwelt in his mother's womb. 4. He was born from his mother's womb. 5. He left home. 6. He attained the way. 7. He turned the Dharma wheel. 8. He entered Nirvana. They appear in the world because they wish to demonstrate to living beings the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. The Buddha also wished to demonstrate the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas, to lead them to understand that the Buddha's knowledge and vision is inherently their own. It is not gained from the outside. This is precisely the point where Buddhism differs from other religions. All living beings can become Buddhas. It is totally egalitarian in that regard. Anyone who cultivates can become a Buddha. If you do not cultivate, of course, you will not become a Buddha. It is not to say, I am the one and only Buddha. You are not Buddhas. Nor is it to say, you are a Buddha and I am not. All living beings have the Buddha nature and all can become Buddhas. Those of other religions maintain that there is only one God, the Almighty. Well, in that case, where did God come from? He was always there, they say. You cannot ask that. It is a sin to ask where God came from. How could such a question be a sin, unless of course there was no God, in which case it would be a sin. If there was a God, it could not be a sin to ask. If you ask him, he should clear the matter up for you. You cannot say that if you don't understand something and ask a question about it, you are committing a sin. That does not make any sense at all. It is unreasonable. And after that, after all, God is just the ruler of the heaven of the 33 chakra. Some religions say, no, that is not our God is another one. If that is the case, then where are you going to fit the lot of the heaven of the 33? Unless you push him off the throne or persuade him to step down, he is still God. Actually, in Buddhism, God is a Dharma protector, but most people do not understand this doctrine. They also do not understand the doctrine of no beginning and no end. They merely know that which has a beginning and has no end. Which has a beginning and has no end. As they understand it, everything began with God. Heaven and earth were created by God. God is eternal. He has no end. He lives forever and never dies. This is just what they think, however. As to the Buddha, in the heavens and below, only the Buddha is honored. But everyone can become a Buddha. It is not that just Shakyamuni could become a Buddha and no one else is allowed to do so. The Buddhas of the 10 directions have the same path. They are all the same. They do not say, I am the only one. Nobody else can be like me. That is just being a dictator. Now, the Buddha wants to demonstrate clearly that living beings are complete with the Buddha's knowledge and vision. It is not only the Buddha who has realized the Buddhahood and who possesses the knowledge and vision of the Buddha. All living beings have the Buddha's knowledge and vision, but because they have not understood the principle or obtained the strength, the Buddha wants to demonstrate the Buddha's knowledge and vision to them. That is why he has come into the Sangha world. They appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings to awaken to the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. Once it has been demonstrated to you, you must awaken to it yourself. If you do not enlighten to it, but merely listen to others talk about it, it is of no use. The Buddha wants to cause all living beings to awaken to their inherent Buddha's knowledge and vision. They appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings to enter into the path of the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. Enter means to certify to the attainment of the Buddha state. Having had it demonstrated to them, having genuinely awakened to it, they must now enter into the path of the Buddha's knowledge and vision. Opening, demonstrating, awakening, and entering into the Buddha's knowledge and vision, living beings will be able to end birth and death. They will have completed the great matter and have nothing more to do. That is why, after the Buddha spoke this doctrine, he entered Nirvana. Sutra. Shariputra, these are the causes and conditions of the one great matter for which all the Buddhas appear in the world. The Buddha told Shariputra, all the Buddhas, the first come ones, teach and transform only bodhisattvas. All their actions are always for the one matter, and that is only to demonstrate and enlighten living beings to the Buddha's knowledge and vision. Shariputra, in speaking Dharma to living beings, the first come ones use only the Buddha vehicle. There are no other vehicles, whether 2 or 3. Shariputra, the Buddha of all the Buddha, the Dharma of all the Buddhas of the 10 directions is thus. Shariputra, the Buddhas of the past, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions analogies, and expressions, have proclaimed all the dharmas to living beings. These dharmas were all for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. All these living beings, hearing the dharma from the Buddhas, ultimately attain the wisdom of all modes. Commentary: Shariputra, the opening, demonstrating, awakening, and entering into the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas which I previously mentioned, causes all living beings to end birth and be released from death, to separate from suffering and attain bliss. These are the causes and conditions of the one great matter for which all the Buddhas appear in the world. The Buddha told Shariputra, all the Buddhas, the first come ones, teach and transform only bodhisattvas. All their actions are always for the one matter, and that is only to demonstrate and enlighten living beings to the Buddha's knowledge and vision. Shariputra, in speaking Dharma to living beings, the first come one uses only the Buddha vehicle. There are no other vehicles, whether 2 or 3. Shariputra, you should understand that the Buddhas throughout the 10 directions only use the Buddha vehicle. There are no great and small vehicles. There are no other different little vehicles. 2 refers to the great and small vehicles. 3 refers to the hero vehicle, the conditioned enlightened vehicle, and the bodhisattva vehicle. There are not 3 vehicles either. What is left? Only the one Buddha vehicle is left. There is only one vehicle. Shariputra, the Dharma of all the Buddhas of the 10 directions is thus. They speak the Dharma in the same way. They also say that there is only the one Buddha vehicle and there are no other vehicles. Shariputra, the Buddhas of the past, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions, all kinds of causes and conditions to teach living beings. They say, if you plant good causes, you will reap good fruit. If you plant evil causes, you will reap evil fruit. Goodness brings good rewards, evil brings evil retribution. These various kinds of causes and conditions concerning the operations of cause and effect, along with analogies and expressions, were used to clarify the doctrine. The Buddhas have proclaimed all the dharmas to living beings. These dharmas were all for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. Although he spoke of the great and small vehicles and of the 3 vehicles, the Buddha's ultimate wish, his primary intention, was only to speak the Buddha vehicle and guide living beings to the quick realization of the Buddha path. All these living beings, hearing the Dharma from the Buddhas, ultimately attain the wisdom of all modes. There are 3 types of wisdom. First, there is all wisdom, which belongs to emptiness and which is the principle of emptiness, to which those of the 2 vehicles certify. Secondly, there is the wisdom in the path, to which the bodhisattvas of the provisional vehicle certify. This type of wisdom belongs to existence. The existence meant here is a false, temporary existence, not true existence. Those of the 2 vehicles certify to the attainment of the empty, while the bodhisattvas of the provisional vehicle certify to the attainment of the existent. Thirdly, there is the wisdom of all modes. This type of wisdom belongs to the middle way. It leans neither to the extreme of emptiness nor to the extreme of existence. It is the wisdom of the middle way to which the Buddhas certify. Sutra. Shariputra, when the Buddhas of the future shall come into the world, they will also, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions, analogies and expressions, proclaim all the dharmas to living beings. These dharmas will all be for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. Hearing the dharma from the Buddhas, All these living beings will ultimately attain to the wisdom of all modes. Shariputra, presently all the Buddhas, world honored ones, throughout the 10 directions in limitless hundreds of thousands of myriads of millions of Buddha lands, greatly benefit living beings and bring them peace and happiness. These Buddhas also, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions, analogies and expressions, extensively proclaim all the dharmas to living beings. These dharmas are all for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. All these living beings, hearing the dharma from the Buddhas, ultimately attain the wisdom of all modes. Shariputra, all the Buddhas only teach and transform bodhisattvas because they wish to demonstrate to living beings the Buddha's knowledge and vision, because they wish to awaken living beings to the Buddha's knowledge and vision, and because they wish to lead living beings to enter the Buddha's knowledge and vision. Commentary. Shariputra, the Buddhas of the past spoke the Dharma in this way. What about the Buddhas of the future? It is the same way. When the Buddhas of the future shall come into the world, they will also, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions, analogies and expressions, proclaim all the dharmas to living beings. They will expound upon all manners of wonderful dharmas for the sake of all living beings. These dharmas will all be for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. There are no other vehicles. Hearing this dharma from the Buddhas, all of these living beings will ultimately attain the wisdom of all modes. The final aim, the end goal, is to cause all living beings to gain the wisdom of all modes. Shariputra, presently, all the Buddhas, world-honored ones, throughout the 10 directions, in limitless hundreds of thousands of myriads of millions of Buddha lands, greatly benefit living beings and bring them peace and happiness. They wish to benefit and profit all living beings and cause them to be serene and blissful. These Buddhas also, by means of limitless, countless expedient devices, various causes and conditions, analogies and expressions, proclaim all the dharmas to living beings. These dharmas are all for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle, regardless of whether they are of the past, present, or future. All of the Buddhas in the 10 directions speak the dharmas only for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle. All these living beings, hearing the dharma from the Buddhas, ultimately attain the wisdom of all modes. The ultimate goal is to lead living beings to gain the wisdom of all modes, to perfect bodhi and to return to the state of non-attachment. Shariputra, all the Buddhas only teach and transform bodhisattvas because they wish to demonstrate to living beings the Buddha's knowledge and vision. The Buddhas of the past, present, and future only wish to teach bodhisattvas how to realize Buddhahood because they wish to awaken living beings to the Buddha's knowledge and vision, and because they wish to lead living beings to enter the Buddha's knowledge and vision. They want to instruct all living beings in the knowledge and vision of the Buddha, to cause them to awaken to that knowledge and vision, to cause them to enter into that knowledge and vision. Because of the causes and conditions of the Great Master, the Buddhas enter the world. The Buddhas of the 3 periods of time, for the sake of the one Buddha vehicle, first spoke the clever, ingenious Dharma doors of expedient means. Their final aim was to cause all beings to attain the Buddha's knowledge and vision, the Buddha's wisdom, the position of Buddhahood. Sutra. Shariputra, I now, too, am also like this, knowing that living beings have various desires to which their hearts are deeply attached according to their basic dispositions, and by means of various causes and conditions, analogies, expressions, and the power of expedient devices, I speak the Dharma to them. Commentary. Shariputra, Shakyamuni Buddha, now too, am also like this. I now presently teach and transform beings in just the same way. I use various kinds of causes and conditions, analogies and expressions to speak the Dharma to living beings, knowing that living beings have various desires to which their hearts are deeply attached according to their basic dispositions, and by means of various causes and conditions, analogies, expressions, and the power of expanding devices, their thoughts of desire were not created through the habit patterns of one lifetime only. They have been created through patterns formed throughout limitless ends in successive lifetimes. For this reason, they are deeply implanted in the field of the eighth consciousness of living beings, because they are firmly embedded there. They are attached to them and cannot set them aside. The power of such attachments is extremely strong. It is not easy to gain release from one's attachment. Knowing this, I follow along with the basic nature of each living being, with his habits, be they deep or shallow, and use the power of clever, expedient means. I speak the Dharma to them, to set them free of their attachments.